Assessing anthropogenic impacts on riverine ecosystems using nested partialist squares regression. Authors by Ferreira, Sanchez, Fernandez, Cortez, and Pacheco. Table of Contents. Introduction, Objectives, Methods and Materials, Results and Discussion, Conclusion and Recommendation, and lastly, References. Rivers and associated watersheds are complex environments where humans and nature interact and interfere. Interference grows along with societal development and demographic expansion, being expressed in numerous and diverse pressures, namely those exerted on stream, hydromorphology, freshwater quality, and ecological integrity. In a variety of studies conducted across the globe, anthropogenic pressures and related environmental impacts were investigated and published. For example, papers like those Biguera et al. 2006 or Huki 2006 link topological alterations in river channels to human pressures, including the cultivation of steppe slopes, frequent fires, deforestation, and overgrazing, while Garcia Ruiz 2010 reviewed the effects of various land uses and their changes on soil erosion in Spain. To present a broadband view over a watershed whereby the complex interplay among natural processes, anthropogenic pressures, freshwater quality, and ecological integrity can be better understood. To correlate ecological integrity with the most relevant risks. The long-term annual rainfall period 1,959 over 60 to 1,990 over 91 varies from 1,200 to 2,000 millimeters, increasing toward higher altitudes. Average temperatures between 12.1 and 15 degrees Celsius. The general information and average climatic data were compiled. The impact of natural processes and human actions on the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere is a multi-level process. For this reason, the investigation of cause-effect relationship between natural processes, anthropogenic pressure, deterioration of water quality, and decline in biodiversity must resort to holistic as well as layered mathematical approaches that are able to cover the complex interplay among compartments in a catchment. Taken separately, this cause-effect analysis may not be able to identify the specific pressure and contaminant that affects the melee value in a watershed. The purpose of using 3 runs of PLS regression was to reconstruct the route of some pollutants, the quality parameters from the source areas, the pressures towards the aquatic biota, the melee. A special distribution of parameters describing natural processes and anthropogenic pressures relevant for freshwater quality and ecological integrity assessments in the Ave River Basin. A spatial distribution of specific freshwater quality parameters in the Ave River Basin. Spatial distribution of the melee in the Ave River Basin. The figure also illustrates the basin's drainage network and the location of all 92 subcatchments used as sample in the PLS regressions. Various human activities affect the quality of river water and the ecological integrity of riverine ecosystems for decades. The study based on nested partialist squares regressions showed how natural processes and anthropogenic pressures degrade water quality by increasing the concentrations of nutrients, oxygen demands, and heavy metals, and increase the abundance and diversity of macro-invertebrate and fish communities from upstream to downstream reaches. The results of PLS regression unequivocally relate water quality and ecological integrity declines to poor treatment of urban sewage with subsidiary contributions of excess farmland fertilizing and land use conflicts. It is highly recommended in determining the quality of stream water and integrity of freshwater ecosystems. More knowledge of PLS regression and GIS were used to correlate spatial patterns of environmental descriptions.